Envoys is episode 2 of Lower Decks, the other one that we skipped over. I'll repeat what I said about episode 1. If you haven't watched me do Lower Decks before, this is not the place to start. You're doing it out of order, and you will reach the wrong conclusion if you keep going. Alright, let's get into it.
That just gets me all...
Supplicate yourselves!
Ah, what the heck? Whoa, it's one of those trans-dimensional energy creatures.
Anyone have a AA battery? I want to see if it will eat out of my hand. This thing is up to no good, so Mariner grabs it and tries to stuff it in a pod, but relents when it offers to make her something. A new tricorder with a fancy stripe.
There you go.
Where's the power cell, dude?
What, really?
The worst part is that these people have replicators. After the titles, Boimler brags that he gets to pilot General Corrin, a Klingon bigwig, down to the planet. After Mariner throws shade on Boimler for thinking that that's a good thing, possibly even a reward, Rutherford slips out of a Jeffries tube to say hi. He's been crawling around these things for forever, doing humdrum maintenance, and, naturally, he's been having a ball doing it. He's about to head back in for some recalibration, but Tendi reminds him that he was going to watch the local pulsar with her, so Rutherford has no choice. It's either let her down or abandon being an engineer.
All right, looks like I just have to find a new career.
Now you can only wipe grease on yourself as an amateur. Are you sure you want to go there? Oh, and speaking of going, Boimler's on his way to the shuttle for his important Uber service, but he finds Mariner's already there. After talking about how lame it was, she's now pulled strings to get the job and get bumped to a senior position over Boimler for the flight. Hard not to feel like this is a dick move, Mariner. As for Rutherford, he finally has to ask about quitting engineering.
Are you saying what I think you're saying, Ensign?
I'd like to request a transfer out of engineering.
Consider your request granted! Oh man, this is exciting. I'm sure wherever you end up, they'll be lucky to have you.
Smooth as a level 1 diagnostic. As far as the shuttle flight goes...
General Corrin, it is an honor to escort you, sir. Allow me to say, Nuchnek.
Oh, smooth as a level 4 diagnostic during a power interruption. Am I right, guys? During the greeting, Mariner attacks the general, but it's just their way of saying hi. They know each other.
I must update you on my many sexual conquests, Mariner.
Okay, that one episode, I'm going to give you that one, but only that one. Between all the drinking and more drinking, the general is passed out upon landing, where Mariner says that everything is perfectly fine.
Ready to go.
Oh no. Oh no.
And that's what perfectly fine looks like around here. So they're now stuck. They're in the Klingon district because Mariner ordered Boimler to follow the general's demand for a place that has Gach, and their comm badges and transporters don't work on this planet because of the ion field, something which Mariner, who justifies her various jackassery by saying she knows things, didn't fucking know. Mariner does successfully question a Gach vendor, much to Boimler's annoyance, and it was about this point into the series that I reached the conclusion that these two characters were too toxic to ever interact with each other. The Rutherford plot, that has been chugging along just fine, just like last time for that matter. I figure the problem must be that these two characters were just too insufferable to be together. This really needs to be the Rutherford show. Oh, and here's our cybernetic puppy now. He's decided to try command as his new career path, and Ransom is happy to put him into the holodeck to try out some simulations.
Maintain course.
Oh, rookie mistake right there. Things have gone bad, and then the ship blows up and kills everyone. Plus a few more.
Casualties, 105%.
Wait, how did I kill more than the whole crew?
Okay, that was a rough start. FYI, in situations like that, try employing the Janeway protocol.
I'm not sure that's good advice.
The Janeway protocol.
Are you sure, sir?
Yes?
Collision alert, sir! The kindergarten on deck 8! It's gone!
Yep, called it. I'm fairly certain the Janeway protocol is just ejecting children at the problem. So this doesn't seem to be really working, so Rutherford tries joining Tendi in medicine. The technical aspects of it are easy because they're technical. The hard part is the bedside manner. You don't have to put a power conduit at ease before you reroute it. After nearly scaring some burned victim to actual death, he's tossed out, and so that leaves security. Naturally, Shax is quite happy to toss Rutherford into a simulation battling a big old pile of Borg, leaving Rutherford with no choice but to rely on his cybernetic implant to help him determine optimal counter-strategies for the kicking of much holographic Borg butt. Even Shax is gobsmacked by the victory. This is supposed to be kind of like a Kobayashi Maru, except with getting your ass beaten by cyborgs. Winning this should be out of the question. So, it looks like we found the square hole this square peg fits in. On the planet, Mariner has been saving Boimler from a run-in with a big blue alien, from an alien that wants to plant eggs in his throat, and from a bar fight that he causes when he unwittingly allows a shapeshifter to escape, thinking that Andorians were picking on an old man. All of this is to impress on us that Mariner needs to be listened to, which would be an easier message to take on board if this entire situation was not completely and totally her fault.
Pulled some strings. I mean, you made this sound so rewarding.
You're taking on more work just to bug me?
Me and the General are blood bonded. It would have been weird if I acted all stuffy.
I can do whatever I feel like because I know how to strong-arm my way out of it is not a virtue. When Boimler is crushed by his failure, Mariner feels bad and hires a Ferengi to pretend to menace them so that Boimler can have some tiny victory. How touching this is for you is going to depend on how well you can overlook that this, and I cannot emphasize it enough, is entirely her fault, and she does not care that it is. Oh, now Boimler is broken. Oh my God, why? Consequences? For my actions? I'm sure my mother is somehow to blame for this. So yes, she does toss Boimler an easy victory, which he is then a teeny tiny itty bitty little man over and tells everyone on the ship about her missing out that a Ferengi is trouble. Whatever. Oh, and Rutherford realizes that his place is engineering and not security.
What?
My heart's in engineering. I'd like permission to leave the bear pack.
Rutherford, that is outstanding! Gotta be true to yourself! Am I right, Bears? Hurrah!
Damn straight. Envoys is just the first episode with a different secondary plot. And the secondary plot is the good one of the two. In the first episode, Mariner says, "I'm very complicated." But this episode hits the same point as the first one, that she is actually very simple. An asshole. I can rationalize away my irresponsible behavior because I can get out of the messes I make, and hey, I at least learned not to let my colleague's naked body be abused against their will. I've grown as a person. Rutherford's story of realizing he belongs in engineering, how hilarious is it that the kill-crazy Shax is the one who sums up his story arc of the episode? Gotta be true to yourself. Even if it might disappoint Tendi, it hints at his growing bond with her nevertheless. And this is what rescues the episode from being terrible like the first one was. Fortunately, the makers of the show did find a better dynamic between Boimler and Mariner. So, in our next Lower Decks episode, we're going to go back to something much better. Ha! Bear Pack!
Fetch me my drinking horn. I need ale.
Are you kidding me? No! Stop that!